What's the crack, lads? Welcome back to the channel. Just a quick player guide for you guys today. A lot of people asking me about Ronaldinho, Cafu, and of course Roberto Carlos. So we're going to go straight into it. Shout out to OC as well for letting us take a look at these players. And let me know if you spun or skipped. Let's get straight into the builds. So we're going to start with Cafu, who's down here playing as a right midfielder, right back. Now, what's interesting about this Cafu, lads, if you look at his stats, he's hitting pretty much a lot of new thresholds compared to his older card as a box-to-box, right? So he doesn't get 85 ball control or attacking awareness, but he does get that 90-plus speed, acceleration, kicking power, stamina, and of course tight possession and dribbling. Now this is the build I think that I would reckon is probably the best. We don't have the booster given to him yet. We don't have any skills apart from blocker. Obviously blocker is a necessity, and you're hoping that those animations will kind of kick in and override a lot of his weakness in defense, because even though he has 80 aggression, as a box-to-box you would like his tackling and defensive engagement to be at least 80. But with this build, to get that 90 kicking power, I think 90 kicking power is a very interesting stat at the moment. Now, what you could do, this is the build, right? But what you could do, and I would be tweaking this maybe just a fraction, if you wanted to keep the kicking power at 85 and the stamina at 90 and then throw the rest into defense. That's something to just think about if you want to play him as kind of an all-rounder, because you can actually get quite a lot of stats into his defense, including pretty much everything over 83. Which is decent, and that aggression at 85 is a box-to-box. Technically, he's not going to be shooting that many shots for you and stuff like that. So that is the build that I would go for there. 4, 8, 9, 8, 7, 1, 7. And then obviously, if you're not going to be shooting at all, if you're not going to be literally having your player shooting at all, obviously OC likes to shoot, you can take that down as well, and you can, boost it up again a little bit there if you wanted to, because you can always get more stats at all times. That's probably the build I would go for there. It's a very, very solid all-round right midfielder build. Is he going to replace attacking players? No, he's not. But it's definitely a good card. Now, up next, we do have Roberto Carlos, who I think is the pick of the pack. Yes, you heard that right. I genuinely think that this Roberto Carlos is going to be an absolute demon. You've got insane stats, right? Now, the biggest thing with this Carlos is, even though he's down as a cross specialist, he's got 99 speed, 99 kicking power, 88 curl, 90 balance, 90 dribbling, 90 tight possession. Insane, absolutely insane. Ball control, lofted pass 85. And also with his finishing at 75, his jumping at 75, and his defensive stats all nearly at 80 or above. Well, tackling and aggression is at 80. It's an insane card without the booster. Now, I would probably boost up his curl here to get it at 90 if you're passing a lot, or else you could boost up his physical contact or take one and put it into agility, and then obviously that would be the booster to give him to save on your points. If you give him an agility booster, you're going to be able to get his defense to, in defensive engagement at least to 80. Now, the thing I like about this Carlos, lads, the one thing I like about him, right, is that you can actually train him in multiple positions. So you can see he can actually train as a left wing, a left mid, an AMF, a CMF, a DMF, or a left back. I honestly think Carlos is going to be one of the most overpowered cards in the game. And this is the one I would like to go for. I know that Ronaldinho is going to be good. I genuinely get Ronaldinho's Ronaldinho. But that is the build. 0, 8, 10, 8, 9, 1, 6. You can mess around once you put agility on. You can take one out of lower body, one out of dexterity. That's going to free up 5 points. And you'll be able to put them accordingly wherever you want with the agility booster. And then last but not least, we do have Ronaldinho. 103 overall as an attacking midfielder, hold player, very, very solid. Excellent speed, acceleration, kicking power, and balance, all over 90. Finishing at 90 as well if you're playing him as a shooting first and attacking midfielder or center point to launch attacks. But he still has 90 pass. Like, the fact that he has ball control, dribbling, tight possession, and acceleration all over 95, right? That's insane. You couple that in with speed and kicking power and balance and finishing and low pass, all at 90 or above. Insane. Now, this card, I think Ronaldinho, a lot of people are going to be questioning whether or not he's worth spinning for if you have another version of Ronaldinho. OC obviously has put a lot of time into him, long-range shooting, weighted pass, pinpoint crossing. It's an insanely good card, right? Now, the thing I would say with this Ronaldinho, with this build, I don't really see any weakness in it, especially if you're, if you don't shoot, you can free up 15 points and you'll still have 80 finishing on him. If you don't shoot that often, you're using your strikers as your main guys. I do like to shoot my attacking midfielders as well, so I agree with this build. 9, 5, 6, 8, 10, 1. However, if you wanted to get rid of the shooting and just have it left at around 80, you can free up and get his dribbling, his ball control, anything, or his passing and his lofted pass all into the high 90s. Physical contact, you could bring that up as well. But I do like having the option of an attacking midfielder that can actually shoot and curl balls in, and especially if you're taking free kicks with him. And also with this Ronaldinho as well, I do like the fact that you can train him in a few different ways, including as an SS and including as a CMF. You can pretty much play him anywhere that you want to play him. So it's a very, very solid card. And I like Ronaldinho. You know I like Ronaldinho, right? The only thing I would say about this Ronaldinho is that he does compare, very similar to the older Ronaldinho. And I genuinely think that a lot of people don't really like using Ronaldinho because they don't slow the game down. Ronaldinho is not like a, drop the shoulder kind of Messi-esque, Romario-esque, Michael Owen-esque type of player where he's run and gun. He's more structured, he's more steadied, and you do have to slow the pace of the game down. So the gameplay doesn't really suit him. But I definitely think he'll be overpowered for a couple of weeks. But this card is extremely similar to him. He's just down as a prolific winger. So let me know if you guys spun or not. We'll be live by the time this video goes up. So jump on over to the live stream, say hello, and let me know what you think of Ronaldinho. Peace.